Here in Poznan, Poland, and another day begins at COP14, the UN Climate Change Conference. Inside it's all meetings, small meetings with NGOs and huge meetings with delegates from all over the world.
Science and technology program to support R&D and critical desktop studies through to demonstration.
But some people are not convinced. Today saw a huge demonstration in the central square of Poznan with groups from all over the world demanding change on climate change. And the theme of children was picked up later in the day, with meetings organised by a number of NGOs, including IIED.
Client for a while, and I'm working on bringing skills of video into looking at how you can engage with children in the climate change debate. I was fortunate to be able to spend the last year in Nepal really looking at this issue on a practical level, because so many times we say, let's engage children, but how do you really do it? How do you really do it in a way that is not just taking their voices, but giving them the opportunity to use those their voices and their concerns for advocacy? The 5 areas they really identified as needing resources and assistance are stopping deforestation, because it's really impacting the floods and the landslides for children, and plant trees, provide access to agriculture technologies, improve basic infrastructure, bridges, dealing with the roads that are eroded because of the landslides, increase climate change knowledge, because so much they're like, we just don't know what to do. They know that it's a problem, they just don't know what to do. And then prepare for disaster risk and reduction.
What we found, and was very interesting, the people engaged in those projects, and you might remember, they involved each and every students in the school to write letters to the Prime Minister office. Every day they wrote letters, put it in the envelope and posted it to the Prime Minister office. And then the Prime Minister said, whoops, lots of letters are coming from the Southwest Belt. And the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, looked into the matter, and he ordered 5 secretaries to go over there and see in the matter what is going on.
Okay, my name is Vera Mugito. I come from Tanzania. I work in mostly on natural resource issues and livelihood programs. And my point on how to engage with children is mainly the concern that for children to understand the effects of climate change, they need to know how things were used to be before now. And malaria is the first killer disease for children under 5. Although now we have a big program for controlling malaria, it's bringing effects. But there are many areas that have malaria which never had the problem before. And it's difficult for children to know that these areas had no malaria before. For example, we have areas in the mountains, like close to Kilimanjaro, Arusha in the north. The area had no malaria before, but now the situation is very bad.
Illustrated perhaps by a series of paintings organised by UNICEF, painted by children from around the world. But what many people look forward to at the end of each day is Fossil of the Day award for the country who has contributed least to the day's negotiations.
Awards, and that duty is to break the bad news to the country that did the very worst at the UN climate change negotiations. Tonight there's only one country that won the first place fossil. But there's only one way of finding out who it was. Count down with me from 3, 2, 1. And the first place fossil award goes to Italy. Italy's been so quiet here at Poznan, you might be wondering, how could Italy win a Fossil of the Day award? Well, Italy wins first fossil tonight for its delegation's deceptive silence, even as their colleagues in Brussels and Rome do all they can to destroy the Poznan process. Italy's weapon against Poznan is to deadlock the EU negotiations by requesting revisions of the European Community's Pact on Energy and Climate. The Minister of Environment in Italy suggested that the 20% by 2020 commitment is unrealistic, because Italy cannot possibly quantify the costs or trust the scientific basis for the use of increasing renewable energy. And it's not just targets. By preventing a unified EU position, Italy is running away from any commitments on adaptation and technology transfer for developing countries. In fact, Italy is so confident that its trickery will undermine the COP14 that the Minister of Environment of Italy suggested that if Poznan fails, then all targets should be reconsidered before Copenhagen. Italy is very clever, but I'm afraid the Fossil of the Day Supreme Command Council has eyes everywhere, even Brussels and Rome. First place fossils for you.